This franchise used to stand for something. This franchise used to represent winning. This franchise used to represent accountability. This franchise used to represent historic moments. This franchise used to represent good fundamental baseball. This franchise used to represent all that was good about sports. This franchise used to represent legends. This franchise used to represent greatness. Now, this franchise represents absolute laziness, arrogance, just complete and utter disregard for their fan base. Disregard for winning. They treat you like garbage. You fans that you pay through the nose to watch that team, they treat you like garbage. They have no respect for you. They do not have respect for you, because if they had respect for you, they would not accept this disgusting product that we have to watch. They represent arrogance. They represent delusion. That's what they represent now. They represent self-satisfaction. They're incredibly self-satisfied. They're incredibly self-satisfied. Oh, we're great. What did they just say just a couple of days ago? We're the best team in the league. We're the best team in the league. Dude, you're not even the best team in your own division. You liars. They represent gaslighting, because that's all they do. They just gaslight their fans. Oh, don't believe your lying eyes. That's basically what they're saying. They have no respect for you as fans. They really don't. They can lie to you and say that they do. They don't. They don't care. This team needs absolutely serious changes. It demands changes. This has been every single year of the same garbage. Every year since 2018, the same garbage. Nothing has changed. 2018, Aaron Boone made several mistakes that cost them in the playoffs. Several mistakes. Even Hal Steinbrenner called that out, by the way, on the Michael Kay show. He says, our rookie manager made a lot of mistakes in the series. Yeah, nothing's changed. He's still absolutely the same manager as he was 2018. And every year since, nothing has changed. Since 2021, they start hot, and then by mid-season, it's a collapse. Every single year. And every single year, it's the same lies. Aaron Boone saying we're the best, we're the greatest, we're an excellent team, oh, we're fantastic, it's just around the corner, it's just around the corner, it's just around the corner. And then he'll fake it by slamming the table. Oh, we're great. It's right there in front of us. All that shit. He's a liar. And I'm sick of it. I'm sick of watching him. I'm sick of rooting for this disgusting product. This is not the Yankees. This is not Yankee baseball. I'm ashamed. I'm ashamed to root for that disgusting franchise, because I am tired of watching it. It's the same shit every single year. Nothing changes. More gaslighting. Same people in charge all the time. They did an audit. They did an audit of their own analytics team, run by the incompetent fool that runs it, Mike Fishman. And you tell me there's accountability in this franchise? There's no accountability. It's self-satisfaction, people comfortable in their jobs. Basically, the same people have been in charge since 2010, if not before that. Nothing has changed. It's the same people. The only thing that's changed is Aaron Boone. And nothing's changed there since 2018. They actually managed to extend him. They extended Aaron Boone despite having a clause in his contract to pick up an option. They picked up his option and then extended him anyway. What was the point in having an option in the first place then? And that was after getting embarrassed in the World Series. And I am sick to my teeth of watching this shit. They've lost 16 of 22 games. This team is garbage. And they're gaslighting us and lying to us, saying that this team's really good. This team's great. This team's the best team in the league. What evidence is there to suggest that this is the best team in the league? There is no evidence to suggest that. That's just a lie. They have no respect for the media. They have no respect for the fans. They have absolutely no respect. They treat us all like we are just babbling idiots. That's what they do. And they treat really important people in the industry like morons. Best example, Joel Sherman. So, one of the best writers in the country? He asked Brian Cashman a question about his development. Yeah, his shitty development. He asked Brian Cashman, and Brian Cashman was like, oh, you wait. Just you wait. Anthony Volpe's going to mash next year, and then you're going to come to me and tell me how great my development is. You're just a liar. You have no respect for him. Oh, it's pretty simple, isn't it? He's getting his sea legs. Because he's not had much AAA time. Well, the reason why he's not had much AAA time is because of you. And it doesn't take 3 years to get your sea legs. You're just a gaslighter. You have no respect for people. I'm just tired of it. And it's gotten to the point now that every single time that the Yankees win a game, it's almost boosts their egos further. Maybe it's gone to the point where we need this team to lose in order for them to get a reality check. But reality check will never hit them because they will always have a new excuse lined up. Always. Always. They missed the playoffs 2 years ago. Missed it entirely. Despite it being an extended playoffs, extended wild card, they still missed it. Right? And guess what? Nothing changed. They faked an audit, kept the manager in charge. Nothing changed. There was zero changes. Self-satisfied organization. All they did was they blamed injuries. Nothing changed. Last year, get embarrassed in the World Series. What did they do? Extended Aaron Boone. Nothing changes. Nothing at all. This year, lost 16 out of 22 games. They're now in third place. What is it? We're the best team in the league. They have no accountability. They're complacent. And it's disgusting. Heck, they got swept by the Astros in the ALCS. That wasn't all that long ago. They got swept by the Astros. They hated Astros. What changed? Nothing. No changes after that. Nothing changes with this franchise. It doesn't matter at what point it gets any lower, it continues. The same circle. It just goes round in circles every year. And no wonder I'm going out of my mind. Every single year, it's the same thing. 2022. Swept in the ALCS. Round in circles. Here we go. Missed the playoffs. Nothing changes. Last year, get embarrassed in the World Series against the Dodgers. Nothing changes. Nothing changes. It's the same story. It's the same story on repeat. It's the same excuses. They have excuses lined up already. I guarantee you that when this team continues to flame out in July, Brian Cashman's going to come out there and he's going to tell you all that this team would be really good if it weren't for the injuries. He's already got that excuse lined up. This team wouldn't be good even if it was fully healthy. And by the way, the two most important people in this organization are Max Fried and Aaron Judge, and they're both having outrageously good seasons, and this team still sucks. So it's nothing to do with injuries. Absolutely nothing to do with injuries. This team has absolutely no accountability, no urgency. They're sloppy, and they're entirely mismanaged. They are managed by morons. And Mr. Bubbles Boone is in charge of this shit show. And I am sitting on this right now, and I am standing for it. I demand, I don't just ask, I demand that he gets fired. I want Aaron Boone gone. I don't care who's in charge. I really don't care. Honestly, who cares? Just make Brian Cashman the frickin' manager. You might as well. He's the puppeteer behind this nonsense. What difference does it make who's in charge? It's the same shit. Let's get Barney the Friendly Dinosaur in there as manager. What difference does it make? What does Aaron Boone do? He mismanages the bullpen, and he's been doing it for years. He has no idea which positions people should be playing. He's been doing that for years. Honestly, who cares? Just hire somebody from the street as if they could do a worse job. We've lost 60 to 22 games with this clown who gaslights us and tells us what's the best team in the league. Morons telling us that Anthony Volpe is elite. He's elite. He's the best at what he does. Not elite at anything. He's not good at anything. He's a gaslighter. And this farce that he created, this absolute farce that he created in the infield is all Aaron Boone's doing. Jazz Chisholm is begging to be playing second base. He's begging. And Aaron Boone's ignoring him. I mean, anger aside, he told Jazz Chisholm in the offseason that he was the team's second baseman moving forward. Flat out, full stop. Jazz Chisholm confirmed that himself. Thus, he didn't do any reps for third base during the offseason because why should he? Because he's been told he's been playing second base. So all his efforts were going into playing second base. They were going to try and find a third baseman. That was what their whole offseason plan was. Run prevention. Jazz Chisholm plays second base, and metrically, he was in the top 3 second baseman in the American League at the time that Aaron Boone absolutely lost his frickin' mind and fired him over to third base when he had no reps. No reps at third base. He just planted him over there. Told him to suck it up. Well, how's it working for him? It's like a -4 defensive run saved at third base. He can't play third base. He's a second baseman. And you saw it again today. It looked like he was rearing up to throw a Hail Mary down the field. Like Patrick Mahomes. That throw that was an error that was way above Goldschmidt. 3 Goldschmidts couldn't have caught that ball. Don't know what he was doing. But this is the same shit. And then you got Anthony Volpe, who's just a disgraceful clown at shortstop. And Aaron Boone has created all this madness. He had Peraza playing second base. Peraza's best position is shortstop and third base. He's not a second baseman. He's been playing second base, while Jazz Chisholm, who's not a third baseman, is playing third base. That's what our manager is doing. And he has no accountability. He accepts no accountability. He accepts no blame for this shit. Well, I'll do it for him. You are the reason why this team sucks, Aaron. You can't manage a fucking McDonald's. In fact, that's where you should be managing. You should manage a McDonald's. You have no business being a manager of the Yankees. You are a clown. What the hell's Jazz Chisholm doing playing third base? He can't play third base. He's asking to play second. Put it back at second. Another clown decision from Aaron Boone, who I demand is fired. This stuff with Dominguez. Fuck Aaron Boone for what he's doing to Dominguez. Fuck him. Dominguez was mashing yesterday, leading off. Mashing. Home runs galore. Crushing the baseball. Leading off. What does Aaron Boone do? Sends him down to sixth today. For what reason? What's your reasoning behind it? He doesn't have any because he's a moron. What is this analytic? What is the stat that backs up moving Dominguez back down to sixth after what he did yesterday? And it's just part and parcel of this ridiculous organization. They don't know what position they're playing one day to the next. They don't know where they are in the lineup one day to the next. They don't even know if they're going to be in the lineup one day to the next. And if you're hitting, you're pretty sure you're going to probably sit the next day. In this twisted mind fuck that is Aaron Boone of a manager. Where hot doesn't exist and cold doesn't exist and we'll just figure it out one day to the next. If he gets a hit, if he gets a couple hits, he's going to sit next day. If he can't hit, he's going to play every day in order to get himself right. That's what Aaron Boone's thinking is. Oh, if he's leading off today, then tomorrow he's going to bat sixth. He's cleaning up today and he's going to bench tomorrow. There is no consistency with the lineup and there's no consistency with the way they perform. Because I don't know what team is going to show up the next day. I don't even know who's going to play the next day. The only thing that's consistent with the Yankees is a lack of accountability and a lack of effort, sloppy play, and the same goddamn fuckface manager in the dugout blowing pink bubbles. I'm not putting up with it anymore. No more. Whatever it takes for him to go. Whatever it takes. I don't care. I'm not doing this anymore. Jesus. Bunch of clowns. How many more times are you guys going to embarrass yourselves? And be cool with it. And call yourselves the best in the league. Not putting up with it anymore. Okay, 20 minutes. That's a pretty good rant. You wanted a rant? You got one. Right, let's get into the chat. Jonathan, it's time for change, but we know that won't happen. That's true. Oh, good. Time for a rant, scream rant. Well, you got one, brother. Luca, I'm ready for this one. I hope it lived up to its billing. He's on the punching bag. Yeah, the punching bag is the microphone. I'm just going to roar in the microphone until the Yankees finally take some accountability and responsibility. John the Beagle Dad, this franchise used to represent professional winning work, and yes, exactly. They don't represent any of that anymore. Boone is a pandering idiot. Salute, Jonathan. Exactly. The Tigers are the best team in the league. The Yankees are so arrogant that they could look, after losing 16-22, sitting in third place, like 3.5 games behind Toronto after getting swept by Toronto, swept by the Red Sox. They're like 10-16 in the division, outclassed by the last place Orioles, lost the game to the Rockies, one of the worst teams in the history of baseball. And they sit there with absolutely no evidence to back it up. And they watch the Tigers with well over 50 wins, best team in the American League, and they're sitting there going, yeah, we're the best team in the division. And you don't think that there's a problem there? Disrespectful. They have no respect for anything other than themselves. They have no respect for the Yankee logo. They have no respect for the pinstripes. They have no respect for the history of the franchise. They have no respect for the fan base. They have no respect for the media. They have no respect for anybody around the league because they think that they're better than everyone. They are an awful franchise right now. Broken, deeply broken. Luka could have fired Ben after 2020. The disastrous world. Yes, that wild card game. I remember it. I was tuned out by the fifth inning. I knew it was over. Getting swept in the ALCS. I knew it was over after game one. When they punted game one of the ALCS. Yes, that's right, kids. They punted game one of the ALCS. And I remember I quote Aaron Boone saying, yeah, well, we've got like weeks to fix this out. Weeks. They're in the ALCS. You don't have weeks. You idiot. Missing the playoffs in 2023 with guys like Franchi Cordero and all this stuff, and Aaron Boone still flapping his freaking mouth, blowing pink bubbles, telling us that this team is great and they're going to turn it around. What are you talking about? Asinine. Idiot. Good to see Nathan Isaac in the chat. Salute to you. Jay Snow in the chat. It's the same thing under Boone every year. It's more like a substitute teacher than a manager. Absolutely, although there's better substitute teachers than Aaron Boone is a manager. I'll guarantee you that. Nate Isaac, I've said the same thing in 2021, 2023. Exactly. Jets mess in the chat. Yo. Luka, Judge, every good team goes, yeah, I'm going to get into that in a minute. You're spot on, man. Every good team goes through a couple of bumps in the road. No accountability, no urgency. Volpe is garbage. You got that right. And that home run was nothing. You got that right as well. Jets mess. Ouch, my ears. Sorry. I had to let it out. Boone. It's been a terrible week. As corny as it sounds, there are moments that build character on a team. Did tell me he said that? Tell me he said that, Luka. It's been a terrible week. As corny as it sounds, these are the moments that build character. Oh my God. You literally are Barney the Friendly Dinosaur. It's been as corny as it sounds. Well, if you know it's corny, then shut the fuck up. There are moments that build character within a team. Dude, you couldn't build anything. You couldn't build a Lego fucking collection. Let alone character. You have no idea what character is. Because all you do is lie. All you've done is lie since you became a manager in 2018. Stephen Hawking would better manage than Pitt. Well, I mean, he is a physicist. Bob Watson, curse the Yankees, bro. No, I'll tell you what cursed the Yankees, bro. Brian Cashman landing us with his fuckface manager. That's what's cursed this team. Jay, make your posters now. Sell the team now, how? To someone who cares about the damn team. Exactly. Worst mistake the boss made was pushing Watson out. We desperately need Jean-Jacques. Salute to you, but we desperately need the boss, man. I wish the boss would come back. I don't know how. I wish his spirit would like take over Hal something. But the problem is Hal is comfortable. He's soft and he's weak. He doesn't want the smoke. And he trusts the wrong people. He only listens to two people. He listens to Aaron. Yeah, he listens to the three people, right? He listens to Aaron Boone, who he should strictly ignore. He only listens to Brian Cashman, and Brian Cashman only cares about himself. And he also listens to Aaron Judge. And what is Aaron Judge? He only cares about his friends. I'm sorry, but that's the truth. If Aaron Judge really cared about doing whatever it took to win, like Derek Jeter did, then friend or otherwise, there would be changes. But Aaron Judge keeps going to bat for Aaron Boone. He does. He went to bat for DJ LeMahieu last year when we almost DFA'd him. He just wants his pals. He wants to be around his pals. He's not all that locked in on winning every day. And I'm not saying anything against him as a player. He's the best player that this franchise has created, like since Jeter. An incredible franchise player. He's going into the Hall of Fame. He's the best player in baseball. He's gonna get number 9 retired. He does things that are literally putting up computer game numbers every single day, and he is a joy to watch. He's the only reason to watch this shitty ass team. But does he have that leadership gene? I don't really think so. Because Derek Jeter always made it absolutely 100% clear as a Yankee captain that they have to win. Anything short of winning, unacceptable. Aaron Judge, on the other hand, says things like, every team goes through these kind of things. Every team loses like 16 to 20 odd games. No. No one else does. Only you. Only the Yankees. Stop making excuses for Aaron Boone. We got Uncle Tats in the house, on the train, on my way home from the game, and it was an absolute abomination. It was. Absolutely. I was doing a live stream with Luca, right? And it literally, Pete Alonso's up. And I said, if he hits a home run here, then I'm logging off. Next pitch. Oh, well, I'm logging off then. I swear to God. What are the chances? SJC, we've got all kinds of new people in the chat, so I do appreciate that. I'm tired of the platitudes from Boone. Treat the fan base like we're in kindergartners. Thank you. Thank you. He has no respect for us. He has no respect. I don't even think he has much respect for this. Because how dare he be so acceptant of this? We're the best team in the league. You've lost 16 to 22. What are you talking about, best team in the league? What did he tell us? What did he tell his players after they've thrown the ball all over the infield? They're getting swept left, right, and center. They're embarrassing themselves. What did he say? Just keep doing what you're doing. You guys are doing great. Please don't be fazed by this. Continue to be unfazed. I couldn't believe it. When I read that, I was like, oh my God. This guy is an absolute clown. Imagine telling an already complacent team to continue to be complacent. That's your rallying cry. That's your rallying cry as manager of the Yankees. I know you guys are really complacent right now, and you're losing every game, and you can't throw to first base properly, and you kind of hit runners in scoring position. You sure as fuck can't win. Keep it up. You guys are the best. Imagine saying that with a straight face. I can't believe it. Please continue to be unfazed, guys. Keep being unfazed. Imagine that as a rallying cry. So he gaslights the players and tells them that they're the best in the league and just keep doing what they're doing. Hilarious. But I'm going to quote Mike Francesa on this, right? Stop telling us how great you are. Stop telling us how great you are. And that's what the Yankees love to do. They love to sit there and tell us how great they are. I'm going to take it a step further. How many times in life are the people that are that loud about how telling us about how great they are, how many times in reality is that true? Because normally, actions speak louder than words. That's a life lesson. Action speaks louder than words. And that can go back to the Yankees. Actions speak louder than words. Stop telling us how great they are, how great you are, and just play. And shut up while you do it. Shut up and play. Stop telling us how great you are. You have no evidence to suggest that. There's no evidence to suggest we're the best team in the league. There's none. There's no evidence on earth that backs that up. So stop lying. Because all you guys look like are a bunch of gaslight merchants, a bunch of liars, and a bunch of self-satisfied clowns. Nate Isaac, we need Jeter in the front office somehow, some way. Dude, I know. I would love Jorge Posada manager. I want some changes. It's time. Yankees are like ice cream, soft and melting. Yep. Like in a hot day. Yankees softer than butter. Volpe, Perez a bust. Well, Volpe's certainly a bust. Uncle Tat says, smack the like button and subscribe for the most honest takes on the Yankees. That's right. That's what you're going to get. You're always going to get honesty. If the Yankees do great, then I will be more than happy to back it up. Good job. But if the Yankees suck and continue to suck and continue to lie to us that they're the best, then I'm going to cook you on a fricking skillet. I'm not having it anymore. Jacob, salute. Hey, Yankee fans. Long-time Yankee fan here. Enough is enough. You know it. Absolutely. Enough is enough. And that's where I'm at with this. Enough is enough. How many more? I mean, I keep saying it, but it's absolutely crazy to me that you picked up Aaron Boone's option and then extended him. Like a week later. What evidence was there to suggest that he deserved an extension? What, there's 29 teams crawling all over themselves to try and hire Aaron Boone off you? You've got him. He's picked up his option. Let him manage out that option. But the reason why they extended him is nothing to do with achievement. Not at all. Because he doesn't achieve anything. It's about absolutely no accountability whatsoever and a whole lot of self-satisfaction. Because what did Brian Cashman say only a couple of off seasons ago? It's not about the wins and losses. It's about following the process. Aaron Boone is just following what Brian Cashman's telling him to do. So really, even though I am murdering Aaron Boone right now, and he does need to be fired, absolutely. But but it's higher up than him. Excuse me, it comes up from higher up than him. The self-satisfaction, the arrogance, that comes from up top. That doesn't come from Aaron Boone. Aaron Boone just treats his players like they're in kindergarten. But really, the arrogance and the self-satisfaction, that comes from up top. That comes from Brian Cashman. And Brian Cashman's better at his job than Aaron Boone is. Better at his job. That is absolutely a fact. Brian Cashman has had a lot of wins under his belt as a GM. But I'll tell you what, he is absurdly arrogant, absurdly pompous, and he takes absolutely no responsibility whatsoever. And if you really, really desperately love this franchise, he would have made the changes years ago, but he doesn't care about that. Because he knows that any move that he made would be a reflection on him. He knows that. That's why Aaron Boone's going to have a job for life, if he can get away with it. Because he knows that if he fired him, then that's a direct reflection on him, because he also knows that people aren't stupid, even though he calls us all stupid. He knows we're not stupid, because he knows that we know that Aaron Boone is a puppet. Thus, if he fired Aaron Boone, then it's a direct reflection on him. So he's not going to do anything. Instead, just lip service. Instead, you're just going to get lip service. We're the best. These things happen. Love our manager. Love our process. And the next time Brian Cashman speaks, I'm sure we'll hear more about his great process. Because he loves his process. He's very, very proud of his process. He always says how proud he is of this process. I just want to know what this process is. So, I guess, ladies and gentlemen, what is this process? Somebody in the chat tell me what this process is. Because I don't know what it is. What's this process? It's all over the place. Fire baboons. Simple as that. Mark in the chat. Salute. Got to look at it. A loss is a loss. Aaron Judge, exactly. Aaron Boone only got the job because of the home run he hit. Can you believe that? Dude, I watched it and I never thought he was a leader. He seemed really kind of skittish as a player. And now he's a long-term manager of the Yankees. And the only experience he had was he was commentating on ESPN. He got the manager job, the Yankees. Passed on Rob Thompson, a long-time coach of the Yankees, long-time organizational coach, well respected, right around the organization, held the Yankees to a high standard, coached them to a high standard, coached them to accountability. We passed upon him. Where is he now? He's doing very, very well in the Phillies with a better team. Sorry, Yankees, you're not the best team in the league. No, the Phillies are better than you. Yeah, so are the Mets. So are the Padres. So are the Dodgers. Yeah, so are the Tigers. So are the Blue Jays. So are the Astros. Oh, so you're not really the best team in the league, are you? No, you're just a bunch of liars, aren't you? Yeah, you are. What about Candelario, Jay? Watch the zero moves of Cashman at the deadline. Candelario. That audio is crispy, says Jared. Tell me you didn't say this. From Volpe, nothing changes. Whether it's a 6-game win streak or a 6-game losing streak, we play every night to win. pisses you off, but we're not going to change our work or anything like that. Oh God, this franchise is so broken. Corporate arrogance. That's what they are. It is all. It's no longer about championships. It's no longer about winning. It's no longer about being the best. It's no longer about that. It's about selling your corporate box seats, selling out the luxury seats, and selling out the chicken buckets and the 99 burgers. That is their greatest achievement. That is the Yankees' greatest achievement to date. Having a whole line of people trying to buy 99 burgers. The Yankee Stadium experience now is all catered to food outlets and fake noise being pumped into the stadium. Probably, and I'm only guessing, but a lot of the hardcore fans are probably just as disgusted as I am and are protesting. But the Yankees don't care because they'll have a line of tourists ready to take that seat anyway, so they don't really care. Yeah, the booing won't be there. Great for them. So they can continue to gaslight. All they care about is selling 99 burgers and lying to you. Nothing changes. Volpe just said it. Nothing changes. He's right. Nothing changes. We know. We know, dude. We see it every day. Nothing changes. You can tell that nothing changes. No one's figured out how to bunt. No one's figured out how to hit with runners in scoring position. No one's figured out how to hit the other way. No one's figured out how to play baseball properly, defensively. There's no fundamentals being practiced. Positions are purely arbitrary for the Yankees. Well, Jazz is the second baseman. Put him in third. Well, Volpe should be in AAA. Well, he's now the face of the franchise. Suck it up. Positions are arbitrary for the Yankees. They don't care. Ben Rice is 3. Nothing changes. Oh, that's your shortstop, everybody. Nothing changes. But there's a 6-game win streak. Who cares? We play every night to win. No, you don't. We're not going to change our work. Dude, you don't work. You don't do anything. Evan says it here. The process is losing every year, not winning anything in 15 years. But the Yankees are so satisfied with that. And that's the problem, Jean Jacques. They're just a bunch of pals. What about this? Volpe threw a ball at Judge's head, and this team isn't a complete and utter disaster. This team is ridiculous. Anthony Volpe threw as if Volpe couldn't do any more damage on the field. Throwing the ball all over the infield. Can't throw properly. My 5-year-old nephew throws harder than frickin' Anthony Volpe at shortstop. But Yeah, he couldn't do any more damage on the field, so now he's going to be doing some damage off the field now, mashing our only good player in the fucking face. God, whatever it takes for me to not have to look at Anthony Volpe ever again, please. Not my shortstop. Never was. Volpe is absolutely overrated. No fight, nothing. No accountability. Fire everyone beside Captain Judge. Exactly. Amen. Here's another example. Yankees have several people with speed in the lineup. Do you ever see them use the running game? Yeah, only if they're up by a number of runs. That's the thing. This is the Yankee way, right? They're a bunch of bottom feeders, and they only do well when, like, say they've got a couple of runs on the board and they're up a couple of runs. That's when they'll start hitting home runs. That's when they'll actually start looking decent. So then you look at them, you look at the box score and see that they scored 12 runs, 15 runs. You know, you're watching the game. Wow, they scored 20 runs today. This team's back, right? But then the next game, in a tight game, they do absolutely nothing. Why? Because this team is useless in tight situations. So basically, the moral of the story, kids, is whenever Aaron Boone is asked to manage, that's when this team sucks. The Yankees beef up their stats when they're already up by a number of runs. But in tight games or when they're losing, they have absolutely no fight, and it comes from the very top. Because why? Because Aaron Boone's more than happy just to punt it for the next day anyway. He's made it clear for years now. Changes have been due for 8 years. Volpe is a clown for saying this, and Volpe is now just a mouthpiece for what this organization is: complacency. Volpe is now just the face of complacency. He came into the league as a hardworking kid, hard-nosed, hardworking kid. Year 3, he's an abomination to himself. He's a fucking clown at shortstop. He's got no range, he's got no arm, and now he's got no accountability. And he can't hit. He occasionally runs into the odd home run, but that 699 OPS or whatever the fuck tells you exactly who he is as a player. A bad player. And so this miserable ball player is telling us, nothing changes. Nothing will change. Suck it up. That's what he said. And you wonder why I don't like that player. You wonder why I don't like that manager. I don't like guys that aren't accountable. Imagine that. What's up, Donald? What's up, Chris? It's good to see new people in the chat. Do really appreciate it. For those who haven't already done so, please hit that like button. Hit that sub button. Share it out to people, because I think we need this to go and start reaching people, because this is, by and large, what the fan base is. We are annoyed. We're disgusted. We deserve better. We as fans need to unite and say we deserve better. And we do. And don't listen to Jeff Passan telling us to shut the fuck up. Oh, well, you're not the Pirates. Well, we never were the fucking Pirates. We're the Yankees. Expectations. I really don't care about being competitive. I really don't. I have higher standards for the Yankees. Win. It's as simple as that. You're the Yankees. You're the winningest franchise in the world. You're the winningest franchise in pro sports. And we're supposed to just be okay with just making getting knocked out in the playoffs in the first round or the wild card or embarrassing yourselves and losing 16-22. You should be just cool with it because we're the Yankees. No. Higher standards for them. Don't listen to Met fans in the media that are just saying, Yankee fans are spoiled. How are we spoiled? We've won jack shit since 2009. Hardly spoiled. The only taste we had of a World Series was last year, where we got embarrassed and laughed out the building. And we're spoiled. You're right. Oh, great. We finished above 500. So do the Steelers. Steelers fans aren't too happy. I have higher standards for the Yankees, but they don't have any higher standards for themselves. Chris, Donald, I haven't seen a championship like 3 years before I was born. Which team do you root for, bro? We need to make Mike Francesa the manager. I mean, Mike Francesa, I mean, spot on. I mean, I enjoyed listening to what he was saying because, he made it clear. He said this team's complacent and they keep telling us how great they are. But again, I just from my standpoint, I if I the more I hear somebody telling me how great they are, it probably means that they're hiding something. You're a Mets fan. Well, dude, congratulations on beating the piss out of us. Right? I don't know about that. I think Soto got on pretty well with Aaron Boone, but I mean, at the end of the day, he didn't sign up for more Aaron Boone, so who knows? He's managed by a better manager. I'll tell you that. But I mean, this has been the same stuff for years. I mean, Aaron Boone is such a bad manager. He really is. I've tried to give him the benefit of the doubt. I've tried to even call him mediocre, but the more I think about it, he's pretty bad. I mean, he makes some really dumb moves. Really dumb. He made another one today. He made a couple of more dumb ones today. I mean, his bullpen choices are shocking. Right? His bullpen choices are shocking. He might be the worst bullpen manager I have ever seen. What was Javian Sandridge doing against Pete Alonso? What was that as a matchup? I mean, what are you doing, you clown? His bullpen management is absurd. Nestor Cortez against Freddie Freeman. Holy God. It's the same story. What about what about the fact that he had no mound visits while the Yankees had the worst inning in the history of the Yankees in the World Series Game 5? He didn't bring in closer Luke Weaver to start the eighth with the bottom of the order up. Just ignored a mound visit during the fifth inning, 5-run debacle that lasted 21 minutes. There was no visits to the mound, 36 pitches, 3 errors, throwing it all over the place, nobody covering first base, absolutely nothing. And Aaron Boone was sitting blowing pink fucking bubbles while the Yankees ship hit the iceberg and sank. If Aaron Boone was in charge of the Titanic, you would see him sitting on the top deck blowing pink bubbles while the Titanic sinks. And then he's also on the tannoy going, "Don't worry, everybody, it's just right round the corner. We'll be fine." Everybody stop panicking. There's no need to jump ship. There's absolutely no need. We are absolutely fine. Everything's going to be fine. We're the best damn ship in the league. We're the best damn ship in the world. Well, we're now 40,000 leagues under the sea. That is Aaron Boone. That is Aaron Boone if he was in charge of the Titanic. It's a good one. We are unfazed. Yeah, just keep being unfazed. It's absurd. Blowing pink bubbles while the Yankees had the worst inning in their history. And we extended him for it. Nestor Cortez against Freddie Freeman cost us the World Series, and we extended him for it. It's the same story every year. Remember when he pitched to Ohtani? And it lost us the game. And then when he was asked about it, why he did it, he says, well, 90% of the time he doesn't hit a home run. Ohtani, who's now signed an $800 million contract. Most of the time he doesn't hit a home run. Oh, yeah, that was your reason for losing yourself a game. (2018). Remember when he was in? How about that? Made a myriad of mistakes in the fourth inning of Game 3. Luis Severino managed to let him leave the bases loaded. Just kept him out there. Then kept him further out there. And then went, you know what? I'm just going to put in Lance Lynn. Lance Lynn gave up all 4 runs. That was 2018. It didn't change. What about Deivi Garcia as the opener? That was great. That was a great idea. That blew up in his face. What about last year against the Mariners? Do you remember that one? Do you guys remember that one? Hey, Aaron Boone's probably forgotten about it because he's a fucking moron, but I'll help remind him. How about putting in Clayton Andrews to face Luke Raley against the Mariners? How did that work out for him? Lost the game. Gave up a home run. Of course he did. Who the fuck is Clayton Andrews? And then afterwards he went, in hindsight, I probably should have put in Caleb Ferguson. Yeah, in hindsight. That probably would have been the better play. In hindsight. Yeah, in hindsight, we shouldn't have hired you in the first place. I've got a very good memory for all of Aaron Boone's fuck-ups. I've got a memory like a steel trap. So the Yankees can gaslight me and tell us that we're all morons. I'm a pretty smart fucking moron. I can remind him everything about all the stupidity and all the idiocy that he has created since he came in charge in 2018. How about when he, this is a good one. How about when he showed everybody as he, had Big Papi speak to the Yankees. And then showed a video of the Yankees losing to the Red Sox in 2004. And that was a motivational technique. That was against the Astros. That was a motivational technique. How did it work? Well, we got swept. So it obviously didn't work. Aaron Boone is such a moron that he used our darkest moment in the history of the franchise as a motivational tool. But nothing changes. He doesn't care. He has no answer for why Jazz Chisholm's playing third base right now, when he's specifically asking to play second base. How much more of this shit do I have to put up with? Do we have to put up with? Do fans have to put up with? Do the Yankees have to put up with until they finally realize that this guy is a problem? How much more? It's exhausting. We've been saying the same shit year after year, and the Yankees just don't care. I mean, what more can I say? I just went through it. A lot of the stupidity that he's caused. He runs a country club. Doesn't change a thing. How about when the Yankees blamed the roof being open for why they couldn't beat the 2022 Astros? Blamed the roof. How about when Aaron Boone said that the league closed the gap on them after they lost? Oh, it's right there in front of us. It's just painful. It's painful. The arrogance. This franchise is arrogant. And it's disrespectful. We deserve better. We absolutely deserve better as fans. And we should start demanding it. There's too many that are just far too comfortable. Just sitting in the stands, taking pictures on your Instagrams and your selfies. Fuck that. You guys need to start using your voices. If you really care about what it means to be a Yankee fan, you guys have got to unite, because we've got to force some kind of change. We have got to force some kind of change, because the Yankees will never, ever admit it themselves. We've got to try and demand some change here. Now, voting with your feet, that's not going to change anything, because it's a tourist trap, and there'll always be a line of people coming in taking that seat anyway. But make your voices heard. Go to the games, banners. Sell the team, but don't care. Whatever. Any kind of banner. Boo. Loudly. Chant. Fire Boone. Make things really uncomfortable for the Yankees, because they are an incredibly comfortable franchise. They are very self-satisfied. They're incredibly arrogant, and they're incredibly disrespectful. Not just to the league, because they think that they're the best team in the league, even when they're barely the 10th best team in the league. But they also disrespectful to the league. And the truth is, and this is an absolute fact, by now, if this were, well, George was alive, I hate to be that guy, but it's true. If George were alive, I guarantee you, after this game, Boone would be on his ass. I would getting an update that Aaron Boone would be on his ass. And Brian Cashman would have to come out, and he'd have to have a press conference, and he'd have to fucking apologize. That's exactly what would have happened. Someone else would have gone fired too. Probably the hitting coach. Probably an intern. Do you know what? I don't care, because that's the kind of stuff that was good because we held people accountable. George understood what it meant to own the Yankees. The Yankees used to represent winning. They used to represent accountability. They used to represent those things. They used to represent being the best. Now, the Yankees are middle of the pack, middle of the road, and telling you that they're the best. That's even worse. Make a trade for a shortstop and put Volpe on notice. How much static have you guys been hearing? Has it been just intermittent, just once in a while? George is rolling over in his grave right now. Absolutely. He is. There would have been changes by now. And the truth is, Hal Steinbrenner is a big part of this problem too, because what did he say what did he say at the start of this coming year? What did he say? He said it's very hard to be an owner these days because the Dodgers spending. That's exactly what I quote. Hal Steinbrenner said that. So he's unaccountable as well. Oh, it's going to be really hard to offer Soto a contract. It's going to, but I understand what's asked of us. He doesn't want the smoke, boy. He just doesn't. Oh, I know you guys want us to bring back Soto, but we also have bondsmen to pay. That's the head of this organization. That's the head of this thing. Now he's on a yacht. He's probably getting an update like 24 hours later. He probably doesn't even know what happened after this game. Probably his pal Cohen probably texted him, ripping the piss out of him. Comes from the very top. And Hal Steinbrenner is just as complacent as Brian Cashman. And he's just as complacent as Aaron Boone. Just as complacent as our shortstop, Anthony Volpe. Just as complacent as our captain. There's complacency all the way through this organization. It is a virus that is spread all the way through the Yankees. And it's called complacency. It's a complacency. And to cover up that complacency is they tell us that they're the best when they're really just middle of the pack. And look at our record if you disagree. Look at our record. 7 games above 500. Middle of the pack. That's all. That's it. You're not even 10 games above 500. You got nothing to back yourselves up to say you're the best in the league. And Anthony Volpe, what did he say today? I can't believe I just read that. Nothing changes. Yeah, I know nothing changes. You can't play the position. That hasn't changed. You never get benched, and that should change. No one's held accountable. No one's held responsible. No one takes responsibility. No one. Is there anyone, after all these losses to the Red Sox where we're running ourselves off in the base pass, making the third out at third base, getting thrown out, getting caught stealing all the time, falling asleep, forgetting how many outs there were, striking out 15 times a game, getting blown out left, right, and center against like the Red Sox, Blue Jays, now the Mets, getting blown out. Has any one person ever stood up and said, this is unacceptable, this is the New York Yankees, we should be better, we apologize? No one takes responsibility because they just don't care. So fuck me, I don't know why I care. Why should I care? But I'm here to try and provide some accountability that you fuckers refuse to take responsibility for. You fuckers being the Yankees, you take no responsibility for anything. So it's up to me as a fan to try and remind you what the responsibilities are. Jesus Christ. I don't know what it will take, Donnie, for Halleck here. I really don't. I don't know what it will take. Because I said stop because as I said, stop going to the stadium. I think a lot of old school fans, just like me, are protesting, but it doesn't matter because there's going to be a line of tourists going to take the seats anyway. It's a tourist trap. And if you're being honest, the Yankees market themselves as a place to go eat now anyway. Steaks and sushis and tiramisu and tacos and fucking 99 burgers and all that stuff. That's what they're marketing. They're not marketing the team because there's nothing to market. Well, go see Aaron Judge. They had a fucking Anthony Volpe bobblehead. Anthony Volpe bobblehead? Fuck. That's who they're marketing. They're not marketing the team. They know this team sucks. So I really don't know what it will take, man. Because the truth is, the Yankees made more money last year than they could know what to do with. Why? Because they had Juan Soto and Aaron Judge. They had stars. And the Yankees sold out because the Yankee fans wanted to see two generational players playing beside each other. And guess what? They got us to a World Series and they made a lot of money. What did they do this offseason? Did they get a third baseman that they desperately needed? No, they didn't. They had to make a directive to trade Marcus Stroman $16 million before they could even bring in an infielder. And they couldn't trade Stroman's contract, so... that's just a fact. Judge has been walked more than ever. Yeah, he leads the league in intentional walks. He's going to break the freaking world record for franchise for intentional walks this year. They absolutely will. Why? Because everyone will much prefer to pitch to Bellinger or fucking whoever's after him. No disrespect to Bellinger, who's been pretty good, but it's true. You'd much rather pitch to basically everybody else in that lineup than Judge. I mean, dude, the Toronto Blue Jays manager didn't even pitch to Judge at all. Once. They gave up a home run, and he was like, oh, not doing that again. Intentional walk. 4, 4, 4. Every time. And guess what? They swept the Yankees. Dude, if I was in charge of the other team, I would do the same thing. 4, walk Judge. I'm pitching to everybody else. Because the rest of the lineup isn't that good. And that's the truth. It's a clunky roster. They have a rotation of catchers. They've got a rotation of outfielders. They've got a second base playing third base. They got someone who should be DFA'd playing shortstop every day and needs to face the fucking franchise now. It's a clunky ass fucking roster. It's absurd. What a mess. Complete mess. And by the way, let's talk about this fuckface medical staff that we've got. Apparently Schmidt was complaining about discomfort in his arm for weeks. Yankees, you're fine. Get out there. You're in Tommy John surgery. Oh, well. See you next year, kid. That's the Yankees. That is the Yankees for you. Great job. Big G, complaining all through the second half of the year with tennis elbow on both arms. Yankees suck it up, right? And didn't request him to have surgery in the off season. And now he's a shell of himself. And it's nothing to do with Big G's because of the Yankees' mismanagement. How about rushing Weaver back? Now Weaver's giving up bombs. Weaver came back from a torn hamstring faster than I've ever seen anybody in the history of the world. Yankees medical staff is a clown show. And nothing changes there either. Fuck. They mismanage everything. Garrett Cole, just before he went for Tommy John surgery, had a long inning in spring training, got replaced, and then they brought him back in. Never seen him since. They mismanage everything. They mismanage everything. The medical staff is a clown show. The owner is a vacant. He has no respect. He has no respect for his father. And that's true. I have never once heard Hal Steinbrenner compliment his father. Never once. Oh, he liked to fire people all the time. Yeah, but he also liked to win. And he did a whole lot of that. He also liked to spend money. And he did a whole lot of that too. He liked to have the best of the best playing for the Yankees. Hal doesn't. So yeah, George is not perfect. But I'll tell you what. He demanded that the Yankees were the best of the best. And he did whatever it took for that to happen. And that was very clear right through the organization. And every player knew what the expectations were. Every coach, every manager, every employee, every fucking ball boy, everybody knew what the expectations were when you put on the Yankee pinstripes. It was about being the best and winning. Hal is treating it like a cash cow. He runs it like a mom and pop store. And whenever he's asked to spend a little bit more money than he's comfortable doing, he talks about bondsmen. Fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. There's no excuse to extend Aaron Boone. None. Brian Cashman, no accountability. None. Self-satisfied, arrogant. Thinks his development is great. Your development is not great. Your development is good up until, they get to AAA. Once they get to the majors, it's a fucking clown show. Because your coaches all suck. Exactly, Johnny Clark. I mean, it's facts, man. The rest of the league laugh at the Yankees. They laugh at us. While we're sitting here disrespecting the rest of the league, going, "Oh, we're the best in the league, guys. We're the best." Yeah, we are. We are the best. How about us? Huh? How about us? That's what the Yankees are like. That's what Brian Cashman and Aaron Boone are like. Sitting every night. What about us, huh? How great are we? Yeah, we are. You're really good, man. Thank you. So are you. You're the best. Yeah, I know. We're great. This is great. We're fantastic. Where are we in the standings? So who cares? We're the best. We don't need to back it up with anything. Just the best. How would you like a lifetime contract? Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. That's what they're like. Complacent. Arrogant. The Yankees have developed nothing. The way that Brian Cashman spoke to Joel Sherman was everything that tells you everything about how complacent the Yankees are. You know what? We're pretty fucking good. You know that. That's what Brian Cashman said. We're pretty fucking good. 3 years later, where are we? Exactly the same as we were. Nothing's changed. Complacent. When the heads of your franchise are talking to the media, that means that, forget the media, you're talking to us as fans. You standing there cross-armed going, we're fucking good. We're the fucking best. Yeah. No ownership, no accountability. Say it again with me. No accountability. Say it louder for the people at the back. No accountability. It's a joke. What a joke. It is. Chase No, 381 winning percentage in close games. YOLO's got a good point here. What happened to the Yankees having hard throwing relievers? Yeah, that's the new thing. Just have a bunch of soft tossers in the bullpen. We don't have enough strikeout guys in the bullpen. And how's that no-name bullpen working out for Brian Cashman? Not too great. How's the Clayton Beater working out for him? Not too good. How's Efros working out for him? Not too good. How's who else? Brubaker. How's that working out for him? Oh, not too good. How about Mark Leiter Jr.? How's that? No, not too good. Maybe you're not that great. Maybe you're not the fucking best. Maybe you're not the fucking best. Stop telling us how great you are. And just get on with it. Start taking some responsibility for once in your goddamn lives. Take some responsibility. Own this shit. And get to work. It's really not difficult. Holy crap. I want one of these motherfuckers to take the microphone in the next media session and just say this simply. I'm going to do all I can personally, to fix this. Because the Yankees represent winning. And we're doing a whole lot of losing right now. And that's not acceptable. This is not what this franchise is about. Lou Gehrig, Babe, Yogi, Whitey, Joe DiMaggio, Mattingly, Reggie, so many icons. Fast forward, A-Rod, Jeter, Schmidt, fucking Pettit, I should say, Mo, El Duque, Paul O'Neill, Bernie, Posada, CeCe, Roger Clemens. These guys did not accept mediocrity. A-Rod did not accept mediocrity. Derek Jeter is the face of what the Yankees used to represent. Greatness. Being the fucking best. Jeter was the best player I ever fucking seen. These people would not allow this. No way. No way. I think Billy Martin would accept this. I think fucking Buck Showalter. I think Joe Girardi. I think Joe Torre. I think Don Zimmer. Think David Cohn? Do you think these people would accept this mediocrity? This garbage? No. No, they fucking wouldn't. This franchise is a disgrace. It's time for change. I don't care if they win tomorrow's game. Time for change. I don't care if they make the wild card. It's time for fucking change. It's time for change. Just Minx, I was reading up on Billy. Billy took no shit. Boone's office should have been cleaned out years ago. It's crazy we've got to this point. And I foresaw it years ago. I've been keep saying this for years on this podcast. I've been saying the same thing about Aaron Boone. This Yankee team will not win a World Series with Aaron Boone in charge. He's not capable. He's too soft. He's a one-trick pony. The one trick that he has is to be everybody's best friend. The friendly guy. He's like, I mean, honestly, he's a caricature of himself now. He's Barney the Friendly Dinosaur. It's absurd. I'm just disgusted. Disgusted with this team. This team used to represent everything that was good about sports. And they're just a shell of themselves now. And they're so satisfied, and all they do is gaslight you that they're the best, with no evidence to back it up. Do you know who Aaron Boone is? Aaron Boone is Will Ferrell in Daddy's Home. You know that movie with Mark Wahlberg? And Will Ferrell is the nice dad. He's the friendly dad. He doesn't want anybody to be mad at him. He's just the nice dad. He's just the nice guy. Doesn't do anything cool. He's just a nice guy. That's who he is. He's just nice. Puffs everybody up. Gives them a little pat on the back. Oh, don't worry, Volpe. How many errors have you got? Oh, you lead the league in errors. It's all right. That's not real. You're the best. Okay? Yes, you are. It's just a farce. It's just a farce. Aaron Boone sitting in the top step, blowing pink bubbles, while Rome burns. That's what he was like in the World Series, just sitting there, watching the whole fucking Yankee season implode in front of him. And he's blowing pink bubbles, doing absolutely nothing over 36 minutes. 36 minutes, 5 errors, multiple runs. The worst inning in the history of the Yankees. He's sitting there blowing pink bubbles. Gets extended for it. Followed up this year. People running themselves out in the base paths. People flying it all over the infield. Jazz still at third base, which the Dodgers scouted last year that Jazz was a third baseman out of position. So target it. They did that. The Yankees take no responsibility. They don't bother doing any homework. They're unprepared. They don't care. They lose a lot, and then they blame us. We're spoiled, apparently, because they're the best. Just going through a minor slump. Even Aaron Judge said that. Oh, it's just a little slump. Everybody loses these amount of games once in a while. Statistically, no team that has won 90 plus games, 100 plus games, or won a World Series, or anything like that, loses 16 to 22 games. It doesn't happen. It never does. They're just lying to you. They're gaslighting you. And I am not standing for it anymore. Hal Steinbrenner finds baseball as comedy. I don't know what Hal Steinbrenner does, bro. I think he's in a yacht somewhere. He's probably hanging out in Milan somewhere. His intern probably gave him the box score. Probably sending love heart emojis to Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman as we speak on their WhatsApp fucking group chat. Hey, Booney, how's it going, Booney? How's the family? What was the score today? Oh, we got blown out against the Mets. Oh, well, we'll get them tomorrow. Yes, we will. No, we won't. This team is a joke. There's no leaders. No leaders at all. Anthony Volpe, the face of the disgrace that it is the Yankees right now. And he just told you today nothing's going to change. He said that nothing will change. We're going to keep doing this. Nothing changes. You might not like it. I don't care. Nothing changes. That's what he just said. Aaron Judge, nothing changes. Aaron Boone, nothing changes. Pompous, arrogant, delusional. They delude you into thinking that they're the best. They delude you into thinking that Anthony Volpe is this great shortstop. They delude you all the goddamn time. And I cannot be deluded. Yeah, just hit the best player in the world in the face. As if he didn't cause enough damage with his 690 fucking OPS. And the worst fielding percentage in the majors. The most errors at a shortstop. Now he's hitting the fucking best player on the planet in the fucking face. But don't worry, guys. Anthony Volpe fucking bobblehead night's coming up. Because he's your shortstop. Why is he your shortstop? Because he's Italian and met Derek Jeter. Fucking clowns. And they will not accept any responsibility, I can promise you. Because this will just repeat, just like every other year. This will repeat. This is just going to be the same. It's going to be the same as when Gary Sanchez was starting to tail off spectacularly, right? And by the way, Anthony Volpe couldn't fucking clean Gary Sanchez's boots when Gary Sanchez was good. But when Gary Sanchez couldn't catch, and he was just an atrocity back there, and he couldn't hit a fastball, couldn't score up to a fastball, Brian Cashman was getting asked a lot of questions about it, and Brian Cashman had a whole ton of excuses. Gary Sanchez is the best catcher in the American League. And then he'd come up with some obscure fucking stat to say that he's the best fielder in the league. And he was just one of the worst. He just gaslights you. What happened to Gary Sanchez? Nothing. Didn't work out. And it's going to be the same with Anthony Volpe. So at the end of this season, when Anthony Volpe flames out, has a completely disastrous season, Brian Cashman's going to come out and he's going to say he had a great year at shortstop. He was fantastic. You don't know what you're looking at. I promise you. He was great. We're proud of him. We're proud of him. We're proud of our process. He'll say that as well. Because that's what they do. They take no responsibility. Because if they take responsibility, that would mean that some kind of criticism would go their way, and they can't handle criticism. Do you remember what they did when the Yankees got swept by the Astros in the ALCS. They blamed the fans. Yes, they did. They blamed the roof, but they also blamed the fans because apparently booing Aaron Hicks and Josh Donaldson and all that stuff made them hurt their feelings. Yeah, they had hurt feelings. That was partly why they lost because they hurt feelings. Soft, soft ass club from the very, very top. Yes, they had to get rid of Girardi because God forbid he held anybody. God forbid he actually held people accountable. God forbid he actually managed a bullpen. Kicked him out and brought in this softy, blowing pink bubbles while the fucking whole thing implodes and gets multiple extensions in doing so. Aaron Boone is the only manager in Yankee history to get multiple extensions. Don't forget this, guys. I'm going to leave you on this. Aaron Boone is the only manager in the history of the Yankees, and this Yankee franchise has been going back since like the 1930, 1903, 1920, whatever fucking way you want to put it. This team has been going on for 100 plus years. This is the only time in the history of the franchise that a manager has gotten multiple extensions without winning a World Series. That's a fact. It has never happened in the history of the New York Yankees, the most successful pro sports franchise in the world. This has never happened before. That a manager has gotten not one extension, multiple extensions without winning a world championship. It's never happened. Never. And there's still idiots out there telling us it's not Boone's fault. Oh, it's not the Yankees' fault. He's a good manager. There's still idiots telling you that. Don't believe your lying eyes. We get that a lot. It has never happened in the history of the Yankees. Multiple extensions without winning a world championship. That tells you everything about what the Yankees have become now. It's no longer about winning. It's no longer about winning. It's about being self satisfied and just being very comfortable. Very comfortable. They will tell you how great they are, but they won't put it on the field. They'll keep telling you how great they are, but they don't show it on the field. All I'm asking is they show it on the field. Back it up. You think you're that great? Back it up. There's no evidence to suggest you are, but please back it up. Be my guest. They won't do it because nothing changes. And guess what? If they win tomorrow, then they're going to continue to gaslight you. Because that's what they are. They're just a bunch of liars. Jay, I've been a Yankee fan since 1962, and I have never been more disgusted with the AS. Thank you. They are they are not striving for excellence. Yes, they're just content to make playoffs because of dollars. Thank you, Jay. Getting a massive star for that. Well done. Like Gula's suggestion, I like him, Inge. I think what the Yankees should do, regardless, is clean house. I've said it before. I think the Yankees need to clean house. I think Cashman is much better at his job than Aaron Boone is at his. And Al is at his. I think Brian Cashman is he is talented, but I think he's too comfortable, and I think he's been in the job far too long. I would like some serious changes brought in here. I would love a Jorge Posada to maybe take charge. with an experienced like a Buck Showalter as a bench coach, something like that, so we can learn the ropes. But we do need a little bit of accountability. I like Derek Jeter in the front office and Kim Inge as GM. Heck, maybe just get Donnie Baseball as a manager. Or what about Skip Schumacher? That's a really good episode. That's a really good suggestion by Luca. Oh my God, you called Booney Barney. Yeah, I call him. I call him Mr. Bubbles, but yeah, he is. He's Barney the Friendly Dinosaur. Yeah, hire Mattingly. Absolutely. But he is, Curran. He is. He's Barney the Friendly Dinosaur. He's Will Farrell when he plays like the comedy dad. Like he's just so soft, it's insane. Mr. Bubbles. Mr. Bubbles and his School of Fundamentals. What did we learn today, kids? Absolutely nothing. Great job. What did we learn in the School of Fundamentals? Absolutely nothing, Mr. Bubbles. That's how it should be. That's it. Come and sit down for a lesson with Mr. Bubbles and his School of Fundamentals. The School of Fundamentals are we throw the ball all over the infield. We don't know how many outs there are. We don't know how to run the bases. That's the School of Fundamentals under Mr. Bubbles. Now let's learn how to blow a really good pink bubble there, my friends, and then sing Kumbaya and pat each other on the back for a job well done. What was the score today? We got our asses blown out. Great job in the School of Fundamentals, my friends. Aaron Boone, Buddy the Elf. That was it. That is Aaron Boone. Remember when Buddy the Elf took chewing gum out of a New York subway off a railing, and then he ate it? That's Aaron Boone. He's a complete moron. Aaron Boone would go to that coffee shop that says the best coffee in the world, even though it's just like from a corner shop. Drink that coffee, go, this is the best coffee in the world. That's Aaron Boone. The most average Yankee team I have ever seen in my life. He's like, this is the best team in the world. You were a fucking idiot. God. Damn. Bubbles is more of a. By the way, that's the new thing now on this channel. Aaron Boone. This is the last time I'm going to say his name. You guys can hold me to that, right? It's Mr. Bubbles from now on. Bubbles or Mr. Bubbles. He is no longer that name. I can't say that name anymore because he just makes me mad. So I'm just going to think about Mr. Bubbles. That's his name now. Mr. Bubbles. So Mr. Bubbles is very, very proud of himself because he's got such a great team. Anyway, Mr. Bubbles is more of a sub-teacher than he is a manager. He is not a manager. Did you see his quote? This will help us build character. That was the best quote ever. Yeah, let's see what else Mr. Bubbles had to say. This flaming embarrassment of a manager. I can't believe he said that. It would build character. It's been a terrible week. As corny as it sounds, these are the moments that build character within a team. Oh, that's fucking great. Holy shit, that's good. Aaron Boone addressed the team after getting swept by the Jays. His message: we're the best team in the league. Oh, we knew we were going to hit a speed bump. Just block out all that noise. Yeah, all the noise being the fans. Yeah, block them out because we're irrelevant. And go out there when we get back home to New York and do what we do. What do you do? Pray tell. Please. Please tell us what you do. Because all I see is a team that throws the ball all over the infield and loses. What else do they do? They hit a couple of home runs when they lose. Woohoo! Free cupcakes for everyone. Holy God. We're the best team in the league. Aaron Judge, when asked if the Yankees' losing streak is taking a toll in the clubhouse. Nope. Fucking great. No one cares. No one fucking cares. No one gives a fuck. And I'm going out of my mind here. No one else gives a fuck. Oh my God. Mr. Bubbles at his School of Fundamentals. Freaking amazing. So, Uncle T, how was your experience at Citi Field? Was it nice? Before I want to hear the update from Mr. T. Uncle T. I mean, Citi Field's that's a nice part. I was at a Foos gig there last year. It's a beautiful park, nice facilities. Hey, and they got a better team too. Just crazy. Crazy. I love Aaron Booningle's Buddy the Elf. That's absolute facts. I'm just tired of it. I'm just tired of it. Same shit, man. But guys, don't let this ruin your summers. They ain't worth it. They have to tune in Monday. All right, so the fans, apparently you guys have to tune on Monday for the spoiler of how his experience was watching the Yankees get blown out at Citi Field. It looks like me and Tats are actually now have the same experience because I was at last year's blowout at the hands of the Mets at Yankee Stadium. What was the score? Like 15-5? I fucking lost count. I was just fucking booing Aaron Boone mercilessly. A year later, almost to the day, we get blown out again to the Mets, and Uncle Tats was there this time. So you know the two heads of the Pinstripe Chronicles are watching our teams getting absolutely annihilated against the Mets, and nothing changes. Great stuff. Nothing changes. The Yankees are that sitcom, man. They are. You've seen it 100 times. You'll keep watching it. Nothing changes. Same story. Same ending. You might get new actors that'll always end the same. Fucking mad. Absolutely wild. Christian. Yankee fans with no loyalty. Oh, this will be interesting. When they're good, they're the best team ever. When they're bad, they shit all over them. Very interesting. Thank you, Christian. I've never once claimed they're the best team ever. I was saying it from day one. I felt this team was, and Uncle Tats, who's my co-host, can verify that. I didn't buy this team this year. I felt that they were maybe an 89 win team, 90 if they were incredibly lucky. Didn't really see it. Thought they were like an high 80s team. Didn't like their roster. I thought the roster was clunky, and when they were winning a bunch of games, I felt that it was a little bit of an illusion because they'd gotten very lucky in a number of games. So it's kind of evened out. This is exactly what I expected from this team. Yankee fans have no loyalty. Interesting. Well, I think our subscribers that watch us every day to listen to people talk about the Yankees 3 times a week seem pretty loyal. One's on NYYU, one's on Yankee Unloaded. Seem pretty loyal. I mean, I would say I'm pretty fucking loyal. I could find better things to do on a Saturday night instead of ranting about how disgusted I am that the Yankees have no accountability anymore. But I am loyal, thus I'm doing it. We are a very loyal fan base. Very loyal. We demand better. That's it. When they're bad, they shit all. Yeah, I shit all over them because they are an embarrassment. It's okay, bro. They'll be fine. 2 losses to a very good team, not the end of the world. Dude, they've lost 16-22. They will make the playoffs. Yeah, in a really bad American League. All you can hope for. That's not the Yankee way, I'm afraid. It's about championships. It's as simple as that. You've seen Hal needs to fire Boone and Cashman. Absolutely. Evan's pissed off at Christian. No loyal. Who are you to say that? We are very loyal, win or lose. Absolutely. Cook that dude. Cook him, Evan. Absolutely, Uncle Taz. Not on this channel. Yeah. We're pretty fucking loyal. Holy shit. That's what annoys me, that there's outside fans that think that we're just not loyal and we're just ranting for the sake of it. This team has so many serious problems. They don't play the right way. They play sloppy baseball and they charge top money for it. To be honest, I don't keep up with the Yankees as much as you. We're right. So, right, here's the facts. They play a very sloppy brand of baseball. They throw the ball all over the infield. They have people playing out of position. They play a very sloppy brand of ball. And they're incredibly arrogant about it. Well, they tell you that we're the best. I'm reminding them that they're not. They charge incredible amount of money to go to Yankee Stadium, to buy chicken buckets, to buy 99 things, to buy $300 jerseys. Incredible amount of money to watch this team. And they don't put the best product on the field. They don't have the best players in that position. They have some nasty, below average players playing every single day. And they have a manager that sits there telling everyone how great they are. And it's your fault as a fan for having high expectations. And or just you don't know what you're looking at. He does that as well. As they are arrogant. They have no justification for being this arrogant. They have no justification for being this arrogant. Now, that we can agree on. They are arrogant. They very much are. There are a number of teams in the National League that would lap the Yankees. So the Yankees sitting there on their bandbox saying we're the best in the league when they're not even the best in the division. They're tied with the Rays in third place. 3 games behind the Blue Jays, who just swept you. We've lost 6 straight. The Tigers have won 8 more games than the Yankees have. The Astros are better. The Mariners are only like 2 games worse off than you. The Phillies are better. The Mets are better. By far better. Phillies and Mets lap the Yankees. The Cubs are better. They lap the Yankees. The Brewers have a better record. The Cardinals have a similar record. The Reds, who toasted the Yankees. The Dodgers are better. The Padres are better. The Giants are better. How many more teams am I going to list in the National League that are better than the Yankees? And the Yankees are sitting there telling us that they're the best in the league. How dare you say that with a straight face? You guys are arrogant. You're disrespectful to the rest of baseball. And more importantly, you disrespect your own fan base by lying to them. I've just named about 15 teams that are better than you. And you're sitting there laughing at us, thinking that they're the best. Arrogance. Self-satisfied. I will never forgive them for it. Yes, you're right, Yassine. There's a fan graph of teams high OPS and high leverage. The Yankees are ranked 28th. The Tigers are ranked first. And how many of those teams that I'm exactly, Jason? How many of those teams have the Yankees payroll? The Yankees have more than enough money to put together a better product. They have unlimited money to put together the best coaching staff and the best fucking players, and they don't do it. To watch this slop every night, they should be offering a discount. But they don't. They charge the ultimate prices. They charge New York prices to watch Pittsburgh Pirates baseball. That's what they do. And fuck them for it. Hal should be ashamed of himself. Brian Cashman should be ashamed of himself. Aaron Boone should be ashamed of himself. Anthony Volpe should be ashamed of himself. Aaron Judge for his lack of leadership. He needs to hold himself and he needs to hold this team to much higher standards. Those people have to be better. This is a joke. It's a joke. Absolute joke. Regardless of what happens tomorrow, Max Fried's probably going to pitch a fucking 7-inning fucking shutout, and the Yankees are going to win, and then Aaron Boone's going to get there arrogantly in his fucking press box and tell us how great they are. That's what they're like. Every win only serves their ego. It doesn't help us. What's the biggest problem in your opinion? God, how long have you got? I would say the complacency, in all honesty. The roster isn't nearly as disgraceful as this showing. I think the biggest problem is the complacency and the manager. I say it before, I think Brian Cashman was better at his job than Aaron Boone is at his. Aaron Boone is not very good at his job. So I would say the biggest problem right now is a lack of accountability and the lack of responsibility and the complete and total arrogance and the lack of fundamentals and players playing out of position. Like Jazz Chisholm, who's got a -4 defensive run save playing third base when he's begging to play second base because he's a top 3 second baseman in the American League. I managed to say all that in one breath. So I would say, to answer your question, the first thing they need to do is fire Aaron Boone. That's the first thing they need to do. And on that note, I will end it there. Fire Aaron Boone. But God bless America. Happy 4th to everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys enjoyed the weekend. Regardless of what the Mets just did to us, enjoy it. Beautiful weather. And it was cool. Happy 4th to everybody. You will see us on the next stream on Monday. We will have Rob and we'll have Uncle Tats. Uncle Tats will tell us about his experience at City Field. That should be interesting. Big thank you to Uncle Tats for watching, and big thank you to everybody in the chat that watched. We got Just Minx, we had Jay Snow, we had Christian, we had Evan, we had Yassine, we had Evan, we had all kinds of. We had Luca, we had Kareem, we had Jay, we had all kinds. We had YOLO, we had Jonathan, we had Donnie Clark, we had all kinds. Everyone in the chat. We had Dev Finch checking in. We had Jean Jacques, we had Christopher, got Josh Foster, Jason Custodio, Demon D, Jared Williams. I'm giving everybody a shout out. John the Beagle Dad, Luca again. Shout out to him. Jets Mess. Salute to you. Salute to Jared. Salute to everyone who took the time to write in and to watch. Get your opinions out there. Yes, Hassim, you're right. Hal doesn't want to go into luxury tax. He's a big baby. But a big thank you to everyone, because it does mean a lot, and it means that you guys want to support the channel, and it means a lot. So if you guys haven't done so, whether you're a Yankee fan or not, whether you agree with every opinion or not, it doesn't really matter. Hit that like button, hit the sub button, share it out, because you're always going to get some honest truth here, or honest opinions anyway. I'm just trying to hold them to a higher standard than they hold themselves, and I'll always do that. You can always trust that. For me on this channel, you will always get the fact that we'll try and hold them to a higher standard than they hold themselves. So, look, guys, have a great weekend.